Here we're given a function and a table of x and f of x values, a table of inputs and outputs. You input a number into the function and you get an output. So if you look at the first row, they're giving us the input. They're telling us what is f of x, what is the output when we input -1 into this function. So if you have this function, let's input -1 for x. So this is 2 times -1 minus 1, which is -2 minus 1, which is -3. -3 is the output when you input -1 into the function. Now for the next row, they're not telling us the input. We don't know what x is, but we do know the output is 3. F of x is 3. So we want to know what can we put in for x, what is x, so that the output is 3. So let's solve this equation by adding 1 to both sides and dividing both sides by 2. And we see that x, the input, must be 2. If we input 2 into the function, the output is 3. And you follow the same process for the next 2 rows. If the input x is 3, our output is 5. If the output f of x is 9, what is x? Again, we just solve this equation, and when we do, we see the input x is 5. If we input 5 into this function, the output is 9. Now let's look at a real-world problem. It says Lainey delivers pizzas for Cappies. The function f of p is used to calculate her daily pay. So f of p is her daily pay. And then p is the number of deliveries. So what I would do is underline that key information, and I'm going to label the number of deliveries, that's p. The dollars paid, that's f of p. Our input into this function is p, the number of deliveries. Our output into this function is dollars paid, f of p. So again, we're just going to go through this process of filling in the table. The first row says, what is f of p? What is our output if p is 2? So look at our function, and we're going to substitute 2 in for p. And then simplify. When we put 2 in for p, the output is 63. Let's do one more. So if f of p is 78, if our output is 78, what is p? So we're going to solve this equation, and then divide both sides by 5, and we see that p is 5. If we input 5 into this function, the output is 78. And you use the same process to fill in the last box in the table.